This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And if you roll another blunt and keep your mouth shut, I say I became the wicked nigga they call your life. Blackout, 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 yeah. Hey, blackout, man. They speak highly of me when I raise my voice. I gotta shoot a fucking free throw to make my point. My wittiness leave them stuck in the wilderness.
Leave these niggas alone, this bad dad shit. Y'all in a phantom, bald heads fly through that ghost, get all y'all cancer.
What else?
Bald heads give all y'all cancer.
What else?
Hot heads get all y'all tantrums.
What else?
And we got outside intent like all y'all cancer.
Remix it.
Bald heads fly through that ghost. Bald heads fly through that ghost. Bald heads fly through that ghost, get all y'all cancer.
What else?
Bald heads give all y'all cancer.
What else?
Hot heads get all hot heads get all y'all cancer.
What else? Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. We go all the way through this shit.
Y'all in the phantom, bald heads fly through that ghost, get all y'all cancer.
What else?
Bald heads give all y'all cancer.
What else?
Hot heads get all y'all tantrums.
What else?
And we got outside intent like all y'all campers.
Remix it.
Y'all ain't pulling shit, y'all full of shit, all y'all pampers. You new niggas, a bunch of backup singers and backup dancers. This here, a backup singers and backup dancers.
Bald heads give all y'all cancers. Hot heads give all y'all cancers. Y'all new niggas bunch of backup singers and backup dancers. Let me chill. Alright, y'all, we back. We back. Oh, oops. Yeah. Alright. I was gonna chill out. I really was. Let me turn that down. Hey, I was legitly about to chill out. I saved it. So, just in case. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. Fuck it. Alright. Whatever. It's not my business anyway. It's time to see Mr. Ryota. This time he opens the door as soon as I knock. I must have caught him at a good time. Welcome, Ishimoto. I've been expecting you. He crackles maniacally and taps his fingers together. You should have turned in your chair while stroking a cat. Everyone's a critic. Yo, would you rather have been left standing outside in the cold? Outside? I'd be in the hallway. You seem awfully eager to prove your mentor wrong, boy. Well, whether I prove it or not, it's still wrong, right? Well. Yes. That would never fly in court of law, you see. That would never fly in the court of law, you see. Imagine it. I declare the defendant guilty because of a metaphysical standpoint. It is true. It is true. Even if we have no epistemiological what? My goodness, y'all gonna handle the big words for this. I just lost you. I get that a lot. Go ahead and take a seat. We got more important things to discuss now. Hesitantly, I slide into the nearest couch. I always see Mr. Ryota as an intelligent man, even if laid back, but I've never actually, well, not understood him. I wonder how much brain mass he's hiding behind that cheery facade. So, the new transfer student, Mazaki Kazahaya. I hope you don't mind. I did look her up. You can do that? Well, that's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential database. I mean, shit, I work here. I'm pretty sure that there is. Nope. I may be in the facility, but I'm not a teacher. It's only stated that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes, my dude. Something feels wrong about this. What did you find out? Well, if I tell you, then solid breach of confidentiality and all that shit. I don't want to go to jail yet. Food's too good here. Mr. Ryota, I really worry about you sometimes. And this is me talking. So instead, I'll like to hear your thoughts on the matter, Yama. How did you two meet? And you mentioned that she left. Yeah. Oh shit, flashback. I close my eyes, letting the ever constant hum of the air conditioner calm my nerves. Is it summer? Hold on a second. Crap, my tooth's starting to act up. I hit it, Dennis. Let's see, then I start talking. Oh yeah. Then I start talking. It's practically subconscious. My mouth dutifully repeats the truth of the thought running through my mind. Everything is calm, clear, slow. Therapy is something that I've gotten used to over the years. So I easily turn my brain to the topic of interest. Mazaki Kazai. I met her when I was young. Not too young. A baby still forming thought patterns and ideas about the world, but young enough to be highly impressionable. It had been on a day when I thought nothing could make me smile. Not the vibrant lands strewn between the roofs of multicolored booths. Not the... Man, go on with this, bro. You know damn well you're not saying none of this. Not even Ruri. Ruri, who dragged me out of the house despite my best efforts to stay miserable. It was only around an hour into the festival, but I was already ready to get out of there. When Ruri went to the bathroom, I seriously considered ditching her and going back to my room. Apparently I was scowling deeply at that. I didn't know it until a passing girl. Let me actually save here. Yeah. Alright. Man, I gotta get used to that. Alright. I didn't know it until a passing girl suddenly stopped in front of me. Does your face always look like that? To say that the least, to say the least, that didn't help my foul mood. I glared up at her. She was pretty. Well, that was my first thought in my mind. The instinctive spark of appreciation whenever a guy sees a pretty girl, no matter how much he wants to feel otherwise. Her hair was braided back into an elegant half updo light ebony curls framing her porcelain face. Big eye, yo, just show the picture, man. Big eyes, long lashes, pointed chin. The kind of traditional beauty you might see in a kimono commercial. Of course, the first spark of interest was immediately overwritten by the indignance that only an 18-year-old boy could feel. What are you looking at? Don't be so grumpy. You should be celebrating. She didn't know anything, of course, not until a few months later. Festivals are stupid. They're not. Why? There isn't any reason to celebrate. The girl's face twisted into something resembling anger, and it looked strange on her face, like a guinea pig attempting to seem menacing. You don't know what the festival is about, do you? Well, of course I didn't, but I wasn't about to admit that. Of course I do. Oh yeah? What is it about? Well, you make lanterns. And I fisted my hand at the I fisted my I fisted my hands at her condensing tone. You write wrists on them and stuff. Well, Well, I am not. Yeah, you are. Don't write wishes, you write what you want to tell dead people. Ridiculous, I should have said. I even wanted to talk back to... So, why would I even want to talk to dead people? I mean, unless they're money. But I didn't mock it. I couldn't mock it. Because money has dead faces on it. Dead people? Yep. You can write a message to Auntie on this lantern. And she'd see it. How do you know that? Haven't you heard the story? No, I hadn't. But my 8-year-old pride prevented me from saying that, of course. Thankfully, the girl took my silence as confusion. Well, once upon a time, there was a princess. Was she pretty? Yeah. Good at singing? Yeah. Boring. It's not boring. Indigenous. Oh my god. Indigent. Man, I need a fucking dictionary. Anger on her face made me snicker. The first time I smiled all day. Yeah, well, what happens? Does she get in trouble and the charming prince has to save her? Just listen, look, she's actually a big meanie. What? A mean princess. That was a fairy. Was it a fairy tale staple? Wow. Oh. Yep. But her bodyguard was in love with her and turned her good again. Wow. I felt disappointed. The story had a promising start. But what did he do? Cast a spell? Give a true love kiss or some shit? He died. Oh. Don't look so happy. That time I broke into a tiny laugh. But it made her good again, right? Oh yeah. She didn't trust anybody before. Thought they were all fake and stuff. It seems that she was glaring at me at that point. Oh, it seems like she was glaring at me at that point. But before I could open my mouth, she was already continuing. Anyway, the bodyguard sacrificed himself to save her life so that the heavens were super duper impressed and put her in the stars. Aren't the stars really hot? That sounds like a bad thing. Wait, how does he know that? I learned that like a few years back. It's like I'm 25 now. Well, not a few years back, but like y'all get what I mean. Like I never really put in the thought that the stars were like hot, and that the sun was actually a star itself. Anyway, Charles and oh my goodness, flickered across my face. They made him to a constellation. You poop. Blah. Blah times infinity. Blah times infinity plus. Anyway, the princess realized how beautiful love really is. Because he died. That's me and Yama saying that at the same time, by the way. She saw how much he loved her. So she decided to be a better person and trust people again. This had nothing to do with the writing message to the dead people. I was rapidly losing interest, like for real. Let me guess, she lived happily ever after. Well, no. The bodyguard died, remember? I like this bodyguard. It's like, I like this bodyguard. She glared at me, but somehow it felt less severe than before. She wrote a promise on a lantern and sent it up to the sky so he could see. Because he was a constellation, remember? Now I realize that I could have said a lot of things. That's stupid. He's dead. What could he do about it? But that wasn't what's on my mind at the time. Everyone turns into a bunch of stars when they die? I think You think or you know? If they did something in super duper impress the heavens, I guess. I smiled at that. My eyes scoured in the street and landed on a simple booth. A handful of other kids were gathered around a short, portable table, scowling on the lanterns with calligraphy pens clamped in fisted hands. Let's go! But I already made a lantern. Right to another dead person then. With this overwhelming display of tact and political correctness, I raced towards the table, snatched the lantern from a smiling adult, and plopped down with my pen at the ready. Who are you writing to? None of your beeswax. I began to scroll the characters on the lantern. The girl hovered over my shoulder squintly at the jagged edges, at the brush strokes. Why is your handwriting so messy? It's not messy. I can't even read it. I whipped around, narrowing my eyes accusingly at her own lantern. Well, yours. I scratched for a fault, but not only was her lantern graced with perfect calligraphy, it was also bore a few elegant cherry blossoms. Wow. I feel you though, bro. My handwriting horrible too. Well, yours looks girly. She raised a single eyebrow. It was a remarkably sophisticated expression for a 9-year-old girl to make. I am a girl. And there was nothing much to say to that. Yama, where have you been? It was as if we had materialized that thin air. I hadn't even noticed that the rapid pitter-patter of her footsteps. Sorry. Gee, she could have told me. You were in the bathroom. I was doing that haircut, son. Clearly displeased, Ruby turned her back on me, but smiled at the other girl. Thanks for taking care of him. Simply the other girl smiled back as easy. Well, weren't they getting along just fine? Why did they have to give me such a hard time? I see. This is about to be one of them. Basically, which one can take care of Yama the best? It's about to be a beef. I sense beef on the horizon, y'all. I sense beef on the horizon. I'm Rui. I'm Zaki. You gonna make a lantern? Yep. How'd you make those flowers? They're real pretty. I can show you. And just like that, two of them were friends. It took a little longer to warm me up, but whatever the two of them set their minds to, they accomplished. They had always been that way, so fiery, so capable, so lovely. Two playful angels who, for some reason unfathomable to mankind, saw fit to hang around a bucket of depression sludge like me. Why do you think that about yourself? Mr. Rhoda's voice seems to come from far in the distance. Faint but recognizable. I respond distractedly. No, me. I'm not useful or popular or practically intelligent. Silence followed the statement, so I only continued. Our families were close. Masaki's father would always throw these get-togethers to their house over the weekends or during special occasions. I remember being really overwhelmed at the fact he was a lot like Masaki, only bigger and louder. I rarely saw Masaki's mother. The times I did see her, she was pretty distant. Besides that, I really don't remember much about her. At first we were inseparable, Masaki and us, but then her father had lost his job and we started seeing less of her. And eventually they just left. No warning whatsoever. Even our parents tried to get in contact. No luck. It had been as if the Kazaya had disappeared off the face of the planet. That must have been a really hard blow. Like shit. Ruse says that it had been. Honestly, I don't remember much of what followed. It all passed in a haze. Essentially, I felt abandoned. I had this idea that everyone close to me would leave me. I don't think I could even cry. I only felt empty inside. But Rui says that it was a terrible time. She says that I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, I didn't even play any games with her. She says that I looked like a ghost, heck, practically became one. And I don't remember it, but she says that one day, oh, what? What happened? Don't tell me. Yama, what's wrong? Nope, sorry. That's it. Sob story over. Are you sure? You do realize that the entire point of therapy is to share your sob stories. It's not a burden, Yama. I'm glad to hear you out, bro. I feel tired. I think I have to stop here. It's mainly an excuse, an effective one for the therapist, Mr. Ryota. Immediately nods in understanding. Thanks for confiding in me. Just know that whatever you felt was completely valid. I'm sorry you had that trauma. It's fine. I got over it. I'd like to go now, if that's okay. If you're sure. Is there anything I can do for you though, bro? Okay. You sure you don't want like a lollipop? Like no R. Kelly shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Thanks. Have a good day, Yama. But at least take this prescription. I want to make the joke so badly. 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 Oh. Yo, I'm really stressing on this. I want to make the joke so badly, but will it change? Like, man, it's like, it's no fair. It's no fair. Cause, whatever, man. I'm just gonna have to avoid that Bill Cosby reference. But at least take this prescription. Prescription? Seriously? Then I actually looked at it. 1 bucket of ice cream to be guilt free. What? As far as the administration knows, this is a totally legitimate treatment. Ice cream is one of the core groups in food pyramid, you know. He actually pulls a genuine laugh out of me. Thanks, Mr. Ryota. And thanks for listening. Anytime, kid. Anytime. I exit Mr. Ryota's office in a considerably better mood than when I entered it. I actually don't feel tired. I feel rejuvenated. I'm feeling gloomy. I'm feeling gloomy. Something positive with Rosie. Bow, bow, Kumate. Let me show. Seems like those memories have been weighing on me for a long time. Maybe therapy will really be beneficial. Deciding to take the prescription to heart, I head down the street to the shopping area. With my mind cleared, I get to pay a little more attention to the weather, beautiful cloudless skies, the slight hint of cool breeze. You! A girl careens from around the corner and nearly crashes right into me. Her glasses flash dangerously as the tips of her newsboy cap over her forehead. Studying me intensely. Let me see. Studying me intensely that could rival an electronic microscope. Me? It's all I managed to say at the eccentric sight. Yes, you. An ideally unlettered civilian. Perfect. A hint of a satisfied smile tugs at her lips. For what must be 100 times a day, I feel a keen sense of impending doom. Respond to my questions with either a yes or a no. Do not deviate. Do not invent. And for the sake of both of our sanities, do not dawdle. First, am I correct in assuming you are an academy student? You must have the wrong person. I've never seen you before. How can you judge the purpose behind this encounter without knowing the criteria of how I set my approach? I am not mistaken. You are my target. It doesn't take a genius to sense that this girl means trouble. I decided to conveniently ignore her and step around her. Only she steps with me, blocking my path again. Oh great, I sense where this is going. For real. As I envision... What? That's not envision... What is that? No mind. Is that envision... I don't know. Subject demonstrates a remarkable inability to utilize the basic cognitive functions. Talk about uncalled for. Abusive words, overly complicated language. She clearly has a few screws loose. Maybe I should call the hospital. See if they have like a runaway mental patient or some shit. Like, but she's not wearing hospital clothes. She must have got her clothes and broke out or something. Look, kid. I don't know what your problem is. Kid? The pleasantly cool air suddenly develops into a rather harsh chill. She must be in one of those phases, just another 14-year-old expecting to be treated with the dignity of a grandmother. Albert. Wait, is that how you say it? Albert, a 14-year-old who apparently memorized the dictionary. Well, whatever you are, generally speaking, it's pretty rude to just run up to some stranger and assault them, for real. Surely, your idiocy has risen to a level beyond which I had previously surmised. She immediately digs into her pocket and flashes something in front of my face. Shigure Inomoto, freelance detective. Legally certified to inspect crime scenes, obtain private files if necessary, interrogate unduly inquisitive citizens with observational finesse of a blind bat. And you shall note that I am 26 years of age. What? What? Wait, what? You're 26. Unless you presume to imply that you are deaf as well as dumb, I suggest. But you're so short. Like, I'm not even talking like crazy short. I'm talking about like you're like... It's like you're just like crazy short, yeah. I'm not talking about like little people short either. You're like shorter than Gutsman's winning streak short. Like you shorter than my time on YouTube. Like it's like I've only been doing this for like 3 weeks. You shorter than, matter of fact, you shorter than my you shorter than the amount of subs I have. Like you shorter than the amount of people that watch my videos. Like you shorter than like you just short. But anyway, let me get back to this. I practically feel ice crystals coming in the air. Well, I should strongly prefer to be short of stature than short of cerebral matters. It seems to be your tendency. Ouch, not a bad blow. But wait, if you're a freelance detective, does that mean that this is an interrogation and I'm a suspect? If I have to go to the police station, do I get excused absences from class? I see no need to reverse your expectations that you will be taking an unexcused absence as they are. Consider it an inevitable, similar to your clinical depression. That stops me. What? How could she possibly... What would even make her think something like that? You might as well carry a sign. From your uniform, you are an academy student. From that fact that you are wearing it, you attend school this morning. From presence in the town and rather in the class you are, as I believe they call it, playing hooky. From that prescription slip, you are enrolled in the recently developed therapy method that academy has been boasting. From your fairly physical and social skills, your problem is likely clinical depression or something like high-functioning autism. Okay, I get it. You're a detective. And you're impressed, but pretending not to be. It is pretty impressive. The observation themselves might seem like common sense, but a person who can actually synthesize them is rare to find. Of course, kinda just makes her even more annoying. I relaxed, oddly relieved that she hadn't actually secretly researched me. Now, it is your turn. My turn? Of course. What do you see from my physical presentation? I invite you to give your brain some much needed exercise. That gets close to firing me up. Close. Sorry, but I have a therapist's instructions to follow. Unless you have an actual business with me, I appreciate it if you left me alone. I step around again, but this time she doesn't move. But just as I think I'm home sweet, sweet. Just before I think I'm home free, a soft whisper drifting behind me. Do you not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to confines of your own abilities just because of her? I quietly stop. Turn around. Tell me how you know that. Right now. I shall, after you prove yourself mentally capable of comprehending the smallest, simplest beings of my expectations. Fine. She wants to play that way. Let her play that way. Time to focus. I'll start. Oh, no you don't. They think I'm about to, yeah, y'all thought I was about to fall for that. Like, nope. Y'all making that too easy. I'll start with. Her clothes I don't really care about. I feel like the circumstances ain't. No, I'll just reload if I don't like it. I'm gonna go with. Always stick with your first answer. Go with body language. She spreads her weight evenly on both feet, unlike most girls who let it lie more on one side of her hip than the other. Okay. Even weight on both feet. Almost sounds like. I say a fighting stance. She seems relaxed, but the bright look of someone expecting danger around any corner. Yeah, the kind of weight distribution doesn't seem to come naturally. Maybe she was in sports, or maybe in self-defense at one point. For a while, from the looks of it, I like to guess martial arts, but I can't say for sure. There are too many possibilities. Okay, then maybe I should think about this in a different way. Her movements are very crisp and close to the body. When she's speaking, she doesn't gesture very much, even when yelling. Generally speaking, sports emphasize emotion on a huge scale. Roaring in victory, bawling in defeat, the works. Not only that, but limbs are trained more to engross motor skills than fine motor skills. On the contrary, Shigure, I think it's Shigure. Y'all could just say Shigure. Shigure was very tight controlled over her hands, almost to the point where she seemed stiff. which likely points to something high control like ballet or archery, or more subtle like martial arts, like Wing Chun. Well, that still didn't narrow things down too much. Time to move on. I've noticed that when Shingray moves, she prominently tends to... Looks like a right hand. Her left hand is generally stagnant, while the right hand often takes the most action or tapping against her hip. Probably safe to assume that she's right-handed. So she used to be involved in high control form. She's right-handed, blah blah blah. Is that all I can get from her body language? Maybe she doesn't wear any noticeable makeup. She dresses like a kid. She wears glasses instead of contacts. Just calling more attention to her pathetic stature. Wait a minute. When I put it that way, it almost sounds like she wants to be underestimated. Even though she pretends to be ignorant, I'm just saying ignorant about being mistaken for a kid. It looks like that's her intent. Even though she's a freelance detective, she doesn't wear her badge anywhere, or carry a gun, or anything really. She probably believes that being underestimated is a valuable skill. I can't say personally I agree, but hey, she's a 26-year-old freelance detective, not me. Alright, let's look at the circumstances next. So, why here? Why me? They're all questions I need to address. The detective approached me and bombarded me with questions, but I see no other policeman. Is she doing this just because she's bored? No, she specifically, I don't know how to say it, like, my accent makes the word sound crazy. She's specifically looking for an academy student. For some reason, I'm coming up short in this area. I have to think about this later. And lastly, and close. Unlike the standard professional wear I might expect of law enforcement agents, she dresses comfortably. Probably can do that because she's a freelance detective. They also haven't been ironed in a while, which means either she doesn't care or she's a workaholic. Possibly a combination of the both. Her shirt proclaims king, conscious or unconscious association to her egotism. I can tell much, but I can find it strange that she dressed so casually and didn't expect people to take her seriously. With her height and her clothes, it is any wonder that she's often mistaken for a kid. And one more thing bothers me. She wears comfortably looking clothes, which I previously assumed were for efficiency. After all, chasing down criminals in high heels is a stupid idea. And yet, something stands out. I want to say the hat and jeans. In my opinion, I say the hoodie. Or no. Actually, yeah, the hat and jeans. I mean, the hoodie. Because in my opinion, the jeans have nothing to do. Jeans are jeans. Wearing a hoodie is uncomfortable. So are glasses. Right? No, actually, there's nothing wrong with that. It's odd assuming that she's wearing these clothes for movability. I guess you're right. Right, hats are a pain to run with, because unless you keep one on them, unless you keep one hand on them at all times, they're likely to flop around, fall off, or generally be obnoxious. And the jeans are too tight to. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm tripping. I gotta get my detective mode. Running in those would either be uncomfortable or even very, very embarrassing. Which implies that she dresses how she wants to. Definitely a very headstrong individual. If she doesn't choose casual clothes for comfort, knowing that it can interfere with a job, then she is purposely choosing it to aggravate others, to announce her individualism. It would match her choosing to be a freelance detective instead of a corporate investigator. Free-spirited, rebellious, and, as I suspect from how she shamelessly pulling me aside for no reason, guided more by her heart than her head, despite her intellect. Not bad. Which I think next about. I think that's everything I thought about. Yeah, it's like everything I thought about. I take a step back to look at the full picture. No, this isn't it. Not quite. It's good information, but it's basic. Nothing stands out. I can't really use any of this. Time to think a little deeper. I'm gonna save. I'm saving a different file. Let's see, time to think a little deeper. Is there anything that can help me? Anything at all? Something that I missed? Inomano speaking. Yes. If you understand resolve such as appallingly simple tasks by your own means, I shall consider your intellect no different than that of a headless chicken. Good day. Damn. Now, you may want to hasten your efforts before the ground which we stand becomes our gravestones. Yeah, I'm on it. I say abstractly, practically, because I noticed. She has a flip phone. Ancient technology by today's standard. Buttons, 2-inch screen, primitive cameras. The works. Not just that, but it's terrible. It's a terribly looking flip phone. The kind of decor that you see on the prepubescent phones. Rhinestones, heart stickers, even the random scrawl from a Sharpie that was too faded into the metal for me to read. It's completely unlike her, which means that it's a wealth of information. While on call, she generously turned the phone in my direction, allowing me to catch a glimpse at a wallpaper. Shot, it was a picture, at least a few years old, of a guy hugging her. Double shock, she was proudly showing off a ring. Not a cheap, cutesy ring like the couple bands of a new relationship. Oh no, it said like the couple bands of a new relationship in its second week. A legitimate diamond ring. An engagement ring. But she's not wearing the ring anymore. Even looking at her hands at this moment, I can't even tell that she ever even wore one. Which means that she once had a fiance and he broke up with her and he did it. A long time ago. Yeah, because if it was recent, she probably would have still gave fucks about it. Ah, of course. If the engagement ring had ended recently, I'd see a tan around her finger, or maybe an indent. Instead, there's nothing, which means that the fiance called off the engagement a while ago. She obviously didn't call it off, not if she's keeping that picture on her phone. In fact, maybe they broke off amicably and she hasn't deleted it yet. Either that or she's a stalker. Like, alright, that's more like it. I think I'm ready. I square my shoulders and look her in the eyes. Sorry about the wedding. Hello? What wedding? Is she serious? How can I possibly word this delicately? Yours. The one your fiance called off a few years ago? Did he? Didn't he? Unless she doesn't have a wedding ring and she just doesn't wear it. Is it in your pocket or something? You might seek to articulate yourself better. Is what in my pocket? Your wedding ring. Why would I have a wedding ring in my pocket? If your fiance didn't call off the wedding, then wait. No, there's one more possibility. Since she's in law enforcement, it wouldn't be unlikely. I immediately shut up as the realization dawned on me. I see you have realized. Yes, he never called off the wedding. Because he died. I suddenly feel very, very callous. I'm sorry. Silence. Say nothing that you do not mean. Unless you are manipulating others to extract information, as that is the occupational hazard. Right. Even as she continues, I mentally hit myself for my error. I shall admit, civilian, that you have done adequately. Train your senses constantly, and you might become moderately useful in the future. Thanks, really, I'm overwhelmed. But I ask you this, what is the meaning when a freelance detective approaches a student and asks a string of unseemingly unrelated questions of him? I want to say that she has a crush on him, but we all know you're testing my intelligence for some reason. Or you're actually a marketing intern trying to conduct some bizarre survey. I wouldn't know. He said she got ready fixes me with an unfathomable stare. The only sign of emotion on her face or eyebrows which almost raised to her jawline. What is your name? Sorry? Your name. What is it? It has nothing to do with this case, but if I protest, she'll probably smack me with my hard verbal abuse. Yama Ishimoto. What is she thinking? Her derision is preferable to a silence. I postulate that you possess an anomaly of free time. What is your assignment regarding a co-adjutant? Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't even know what that is. A co-adjutant métier? Métier? Who uses those kind of words? Are you asking me to be your assistant? Servant, not assistant. Put me and the jobs in the same sentence is not a good idea. I barely have enough diligence to hand stuff in class. Like when I'm called by the teacher, like, well, you really think I got that type of potential? Like, oh my goodness. How much worse would my punishment be if I worked with a woman? This crazy, not the tension, I'd assume. And yet, examining pieces of a puzzle, putting them together, framing the whole story, it was fun. Logic, ingenuity, resources. Or is it ingenuity? I forgot how you pronounce that second one. Almost nothing is fun to me, which makes it doubtfully interesting. Sure, why not? Good. I will require your contact information, then be off. Take a moment to process this. That's it. Wait, how'd you know? Know what? You told me earlier about her. A tense moment ticks by. Shigure stares evenly at me. Pure conjuncture. Oh, she didn't know. It was coincidence. She just made a guess. You can't be serious. You did not appear to notice that my wording was intentionally vague. What? But you said you do not wish to play a bigger role in society than an inconsequential pawn in this game of life? Or will you restrict yourself to the confines of your own ability just because of her? Just because of life? Yo, that was slick. Oh, classic bait for confirmation bias, appeal to a person's general desire for significance, allude to just one person for some added resonance. All she would have to guess is the gender. 50% a chance of striking a chord in her victim. She probably guessed a girl from my personality, not exactly the type to easily befriend guys. A bait. Just a bait. I see you understand. She pushes the phone into my motionless hands. I registered my cellular number. Tomorrow you will receive a text regarding your next assignment. Keep your evenings free. With that, she simply tips her hat, swirls around, strides off. A bait. Was it really just a bait? Or is it also a bait, a lie to make me feel better? Even though she actually knows. Alright. I think this is a good part of the thing. Alright, y'all. This is it. For real. Alright. Yeah, so far I like this, though. I guess I'm gonna probably, I'm gonna pick up on this series. My only thing is, though, I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna. Part of me wants to show y'all my process. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna commentate over, like, my process. like the process of how how I get like how I do like my openings and all that. Well, actually no, I don't even need openings. I just need to choose the music. My openings. Well, actually no. I need a background instead of the Mega Man one for this one. So yeah, if I do that, I think I'll be good. I might just do a new opening. Who knows? No, yeah, since it's a new one, I'll do a different opening for it. Either way. If I do decide to do a new opening, I'll let y'all see it, or at least let y'all like see my process. All right, y'all. So with that, catch y'all later.
Bitches say they wanna cuff me, I'm hip. Low-key, they just wanna fuck me, I'm hip. Niggas going broke, buying liquor, trying to get bitches drunk just to hit. Talking down on the hoe, but low-key, he in love with that bitch, I'm hip.